And JJ Gabriel was one of the first players in the canteen. He came over, he shook Dave's hand, and then he said, "You're all right" to me. And I was like, whoa.
Whereas with Everton, it's going to be Tarkowski and Bramthwaite. Is there an argument to be made that actually Sesko just gets swallowed up by them a little bit?
I'm fully convinced that United can get like the best part of 40 mil for Delo.
Either way, if it's that much, which we think it is, I think stay clear.
Who do you think was the most impactful manager post Sir Alex?
The one closest to reaching something that was actually, that's when I felt closest to the project coming good.
Yes, everybody, how we doing? Sam here, United People's Podcast. We're back. Had a little bit of a break because it's been, I don't know, a long ass time since United played West Ham. Jeez, man. Anyway, you better look forward to it. We got another one of these coming up in March. And, well, anyway, let's speak about the Everton game. We're going to run through the Everton game a little bit later in this pod. We're going to have a little bit of a Q&A special. We asked you, send in your questions on Instagram, and you sent in plenty of good ones. So we're going to pick the best ones and speak about them. Speak about Mateus Mane and the United rumours and any other news about. Boys, how you been? Nick, you've been out and about.
Yeah, no, been busy, but it's been good. It's been fun. A little trip to Lyon where got to meet Tyler Morton, who was so he used to play for Liverpool, and signed for Lyon this summer. So yay, but really just top guy, like really sound guy, really good to work, film with and work with. So that was good. And yeah, just been staying busy with work and had a little trip to the US Embassy this morning to try and get a little work visa for the World Cup, basically. So hopefully you're going to try and get out there for the World Cup.
What are you hoping to do out there?
It'll be a lot of fan culture kind of content, that kind of stuff, because getting accreditation for World Cup games is a myth. It's an absolute myth because you've got all the main broadcasters from every country. So it's so hard to get accreditation. So it'll be a lot of speaking to fans, etc.
I went to Kaliningrad for the 2018. Was it 2018? No, 18 World Cup.
Yeah, Russia.
It was, yeah, Kaliningrad. So we did a drive. We drove from London the whole way to Kaliningrad to watch England against Belgium, last group stage game.
Nuts.
That's wild,
mate. That was a long ass journey. It's good. There's 3 videos on the Ball Street channel. You should go and watch them. I love watching them back. It's a good story. Some mad shit happens. Anyway. Dan, how you been, man?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. I was down at Carrington today. Not quite going over to America like Nick, but we can't all be like Nick, can we?
We can't all be Nick. Come on, it's all right.
But I was commentating on the Manchester United under-21s team for one of the parents who's visually impaired. United won, which was great on penalties at the end.
Man, I didn't even know United sort of offered that. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, so I think for the first team men's games, and I'm not too sure about the first team women's games, they bring in an external company to come in. But I'm on an internship with United at the moment doing this, so it's a really good experience, and I get to go to cool places.
Such as Carrington.
Yeah, and the cliff.
You spot anything in training? You got any inside scoops? Come on, mate.
Not quite. I saw some familiar faces though. If people who do watch the women's team and follow the women's team, Maya Letitia was watching the under-21s women's team for a bit, and Jess Park as well, obviously a Euros winner.
Didn't you bump into a few weeks ago JJ Gabriel? Right?
Yeah, JJ Gabriel. So this was back in December when I was doing an interview for my university project, and I managed to go down to interview the academy liaison officer who's been there for 30 years, Dave Bushell. Great guy. He gave me an hour and a half worth of his time. He didn't have to do that whatsoever. But I think it was the under 18s had a game that night, or the under 16s maybe. And JJ Gabriel was one of the first players in the canteen. He came over, he shook Dave's hand, and then he said, "You're all right" to me. And I was like, whoa, that is mental. I was starstruck.
Mate, you must have been starstruck. Yeah. He's like, is that no, is that Dan from United People's Podcast?
I wish.
Yeah, mate.
I will say, though, about Carrington and a lot of the younger players coming through, every time they came through into the canteen, they shook everybody's hand. It's just standards like that. It just shows you, the club's still got it internally.
In terms of news around United, it's pretty quiet right now. I'm not sure if you've noticed that. But one thing I want to speak about with you lads is these Mateus Mane rumours. So Study Talks come out and said that United have held sort of talks with his agent. And for anybody who doesn't know Study Talks, he runs his own sort of Twitter account. And to be fair to him, he's clearly got sources inside the club somewhere. His information has been pretty rock solid for a good while now. So that's why I think it's worth having a conversation about it off the back of that. But Mateus Mane broke through into the Wolves team this season, 18. Got the thickest Manchester accent you'll ever hear, because he moved to Manchester when he was 9 from Portugal. Spent like 7 or 8 years playing with the grassroots teams. And now the rumours have come out. And Nick, on paper, I think it feels like market opportunity more than it feels like, oh, that's exactly the sort of player that we kind of need. Or is that an unfair way to describe him, sorry?
No, I think that's pretty bang on. You're not signing him expecting him to come into the first team immediately, starting games and have an impact straight away, because A, he's young, and B, we've got better players in positions that he would take up. I'm a bit on the fence about this one, and it's mainly to do with the price. That's the sticking point for me, because I think Man United aren't quite at a point where we can go, oh, here's an exciting 18-year-old, let's bring him on board and see what happens. We're at a point now where that money's got to be spent on making immediate first team impact. So for me, it's just a matter of price. If you're looking at, I don't know, I don't think the price will be anything that I would be willing to want to pay. That's the way I'd put it. I think you're looking at...
He's got a contract till like 2029, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So 25, 30 mil?
Man, minimum, I would say. Minimum.
That's what I mean. Because Tyler Diblin went for 40?
40 to Everton, I think.
But are Wolves in a place where they can? I don't know. They've not really got any to stand on really when it's coming to selling.
Yeah, but neither did Southampton. They fucking went down. So I don't know what they're like financially though. Wolves, if I'm being honest. Didn't they just sell Strand Larson? So I'm guessing it can't be that bad.
But either way, if it's that much, which we think it is, I think stay clear. If you think, if you put however much on top of that, it's still a fair bit. But let's say he's 40 mil. Well, Cunha was 62 and a half. You know what I mean? I would rather spend that money on someone who comes in immediately and has an impact.
Yeah, I don't think we've got the funds this summer to spend 40 mil on effectively another, I would say, squad level attacking signing, right? Given that what we need. But it's going to be interesting because by the time you've listened to this pod, he would have played Arsenal. So hopefully he goes out there. Actually, no, I don't really care what happens there, because if he bangs in a hat-trick, it's just going to be more money. Anyway, let's see. Who cares about Arsenal? But an interesting part of the pod, this is going to be the first time we've done this. We're going to have a quick run through some questions that you've sent in. I want to do this more often because I want to involve everybody into the pod. So, Dan, I think we did this one on the Instagram story, didn't we?
Yeah, so we sent it out. Dan put it out, not me. The other Dan from behind the scenes.
Yeah, there's too many Dans up in here.
Yeah, there's quite a lot. The first question, so we've selected 5 questions there. The first one is you've all got mad usernames, by the way, but it's great that you've sent the questions in. So the first one's from Cappy_YYY, and they've said, apart from being a football player and athlete, what career would you choose other than sports?
Athlete, mate. I would be a crap athlete. I'm telling you that. Mate, no chance. I mean, I'll be a DJ, 100%. Yeah, without thinking, I'd be a DJ. I think they just have fun, man. Fun. And
the way you were moving in Manchester, yeah, I can see a DJ. Those bars, those moves.
I could
He's saying this as a compliment, or he's slagging me off. What's going on?
No, no, compliment.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you right answer there, right answer.
We'll get HR involved.
I am HR.
He really said make sure.
What are you saying, Nick?
I would go. I think I don't know. Maybe something to do with film, film production, behind the scenes of I don't know, just not directing, because that's proper top level stuff, but just something to do with filmmaking, documentary making. I did have quite an interest in that, all throughout media, A-level media studies.
We done classic media studies.
Yeah,
media studies, man. Come on, yeah. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, we done short movies and stuff, and that was fun. So yeah, maybe something to do with that. I don't know how good I'd be though.
When I was at school, I wanted to go into proper game development. That's what I wanted to do. Obviously, never did because I didn't, because I'm here talking to you on a United podcast. Yeah, I wanted to go into game development at one point. Good question though.
You'll probably laugh about what I want to do. since what happened with the steak, but chef. I quite like to be a chef, I think.
Oh, mate, come on. No, don't lie.
I'm not going to get the pictures up, but
I'm not coming to your restaurant.
I didn't use the right pan. I cooked a steak yesterday and it was brilliant. So nice.
Yeah, all right, no pictures. Picture it didn't happen.
I've got
These
my
are rules.
meal.
Everyone knows
my
that.
meal, but I won't get it up just yet. But I just love food, so I think my passion will take me down that route.
You know what I always say? Cooking is fun, cleaning up isn't. That's my only issue.
Next question from Late Nate Snacks. Apart from a midfielder, what is the next most important position we need? Late Nate Snacks has said left back and right back for him.
I mean, left back I think is a good one because I think Luke Shaw could potentially be going in the summer, and then Dorgu, is he a left back? Is he a left winger? I guess we'll find out when he comes back. I'm gonna say left wing though. I think we just need an actual winger on that side. I know our attack is probably like well placed at the moment, but I would still go left wing. I feel like that game against West Ham needed a left winger, so I'll go left wing.
What's your take on Somerville? Do you reckon Somerville's just going through like purple patch, or is he looking like a baller?
He's looking sharp. He's looking sharp, and like he did rinse the low a few times, and obviously I don't know like what that means in terms of, you know, when can he scale this up? I don't know, but listen, he's 24. He's shown some good moments in Leeds, now West Ham. I would have a look, depending on the price. I would have a look. I don't mind the idea.
Have a little peep. I'm probably going to go left back, man. I think Luke Shaw's got to, not a disrespect. You can't say it without being disrespectful, but he should be leaving in the summer. Like, I just don't see how he's got the same. He's having, as far as he is concerned, post-injury, like an anomaly season. Like the fitness to levels that he's got has been fantastic, and I hope for Luke Shaw's career that this is something that continues for the next year or two. But for me, left back. I think we've been massively right heavy this season with Ahmad and Mbeumo. It kind of makes you a little bit predictable. We need that set. We need to try and build that same level of threat on the left-hand side. I was hoping it was going to be Dorgu and Cunha, but Cunha cuts inside a lot, and I don't really think he's ever built a partnership with anybody yet. So I'll probably go left back.
I think they haven't. Sorry, just on that. I don't think they've had the chance to establish it.
Yeah, that's fair
so.
enough.
I think it could be something that works. But yeah, I agree with left back as well.
See, I was left back or right back as well. I'll go for right back, be a little bit different. But is there a case now? Is there a debate for Delo, do you think, now? Or because obviously he's had a couple of good... Yeah, do you think he's had a good couple of games? But Mazraoui's, 28 now? He's not going to be here forever.
Mate, I'm fully convinced that United can get like the best part of 40 mil for Delo. I'm fully convinced that they can.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, what price are you putting? What is he like? 26, 7, 26? I have no idea about that.
Like, what's the demand for him? Do you know what I mean? Like, who that can pay that much needs a right back?
I think we could be shocked, to be fair.
I don't know the answer to that. Maybe I'm being a bit OTT, but I'll downgrade 30 to 40 mil. I'm taking that, and you're not getting me any lower than that. I just feel like it's really worth that.
In this market, though, you don't know, do you?
And I do feel that United could sell Delo, reinvest that money back into a right back that would probably overall be better suited to us. But to be fair to him, in a back four system, Delo is a much better right back than he is a right winger, a right wing back, for example. So he has been playing better, but Somerville still turned him inside out. I wouldn't use that one game to judge him, but yeah.
And going into the Champions League next season, if he's starting right back, I'm not so confident, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Derek_22 has got the next question. If football didn't exist, what would fill that time for you on weekends?
I mean, this is an impossible question. Like you have no accumulators, you have no games, no
twiddling my thumbs
Japanese.
Or something. I don't know.
I'm a miserable man. Like I'd have no friends. I wouldn't go out.
I'm a different person without football. I don't know why. Like, you know what? I'd still probably do something like watching sports because that's what I really do anyway. So I don't know, like whether it be like F1 or
like rework that question. Sorry, Derek. Like if football didn't exist, what sport are you like following fanatically?
I do like a bit of F1. I used to really like NBA, but it's so hard to keep up because it's like, first of all, all the games are at like 2 a.m. and also like I can't keep up with who's going where because there's constant trades. So like 1 week he's here, next week he's there. But yeah, F1, I'm a big fan of.
I think I prefer. I like the race itself, but I like more the build up and the week and the combo around the F1 rather than the actual race itself, which might be a bit of a strange thing to say.
I know what you mean. The politics behind it. It is quite cool.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's a bit drama. Maybe that's like the what's it called? Drive to Survive. It's sort of like infected how people look at sort of F1 now. I like golf, man. It might be a bit of a boring thing to say, but I only really love golfing like when it's the majors, like when it's your Opens, when it's the Masters. That's quality. That's coming up soon. April. Tiger might be back in the Masters. I know. Contain yourself, people. Contain yourself. I don't know actually, but I need one every weekend. You can't watch golf every weekend. It'd be boring as hell.
Yeah.
I'm not choosing rugby.
I think for me, it'd either be rugby league, boxing, or darts. But I don't know which one I'd choose.
I do love a bit of boxing as well, but boxing is so inconsistent. That's the only problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, and
it's not 7 days a week like football now.
Yeah. But when a big fight is on, it's good fun.
Mate, I remember watching. It was Klitschko, Joshua's first fight at Wembley. The one that they both went down. Like I think Joshua knocked him down twice first, and then he got knocked down. Man, we started on the
so good.
We just kept getting closer and closer to it, mate. I remember that. That was class. Never actually seen a fight live though. I think that'll be fun. I've seen UFC live, but I've not seen boxing live.
Oh, UFC is good fun as well. UFC, you can get a whole night's worth of entertainment, whereas boxing is sometimes like just the main event. That's good.
That's a fair point. Good questions though. We like these. Right, here's another one.
Next question: Linus.core._37. Who do you think was the most impactful manager post Sir Alex?
Can impact be good or bad?
I've taken it as good, but I mean you can interpret way you want.
I mean, that's quite a hard question, really.
I've gone for Ole.
I think so as well. He felt the one closest to reaching something that was actually like could take off. That's when I felt closest to the project coming good. So I'll go Ole. But it's
I don't think you can look. But I don't think you can look past Ole. You can go Mourinho if you want, but we all knew that third season Mourinho was coming, and it was like inevitable. And we all were like, no, it'd be different, man. It'd be different. No, it's not. It's the exact same thing. I'd probably go Ole. And then if we're going for the opposite, I'm going David fucking Moyes, man. Like, holy crap. Like, the mistake from Fergie there is on like an apocalyptic scale. How badly he judged that. He looked at him and went, he can be me. That's it. I've got mini me right there. No. Fergie, but boy, you got the horse wrong and you got David Moyes wrong. They're the two biggest mistakes he made as United boss.
Who do you think he should have given it to?
Pep? Well, he tried to get Pep, didn't he? He had those conversations.
For me, it had to be Ancelotti at the time. Like, I feel like it was so glaringly obvious.
So last question we've got is from Shaw Fee. How did you start off?
Start off what? This?
The podcast, I presume. I presume the podcast, yeah.
Well, I met you, Dan, because the first time we met was the what game was it? It was the Europa League game last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Before that, I was doing a little bit of work. I think I was pestering you on email. I was like, "Have you got anything?" So,
mate, pestering's good. Yeah, mate, to be fair, it's all been completely organic. And then Nick, I think I'm trying to think of the first time we started working together.
So it would have. I think first time we spoke was about October-ish. I think, like October, September, something like that. I was listening to one of your lives in the morning, and you said that you want to get more faces on United Peoples, and I thought, let me shoot my shot. So I think I literally wrote the message, sent it to you on like LinkedIn, Instagram, and maybe something else as well until I finally got through. Yeah.
Mate, people, man, like shoot your shots in life. Like definitely 2 case in points here. Like if you don't try, you won't get anywhere. And the amount of people that have been involved in United Peoples now, like have either been from the community or they've reached out via email, is probably the majority of the people that are working in and around United People's TV. So top question and top lads. Should we talk about football now? Should we talk about United playing a game of football? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Everton. I am nervous. I shouldn't be as nervous as I am. I think maybe the delay of waiting 13 days for a game just kind of makes you inherently nervous. It's going to be a cup final for them. They lost their last game, wasn't it? Bournemouth at home. O'Brien, I've seen a lot of fans like kicking off a stink about O'Brien being used as a right back by Moyes ahead of
It's Patson or Coleman. Those are the two right backs that they've got.
Coleman. Was it Coleman who played against us at Old Trafford and got injured after like 3 minutes? And was like, that's gone. But look, Nick, do you think that Everton is a team that we should worry about, or should we be going into this game going, oh, you know what? Let's get a little bit of revenge for that awful night at Old Trafford a few months ago. Well, a couple months ago now.
Yes and yes. Like I want revenge because I was there that night and it was absolutely horrid. But I am worried because, like, in the games that Michael Carrick has been here so far, against the bigger sides, we've excelled, we've done well. Against Fulham, we faltered, and against West Ham, well, it was like really hard watch. Obviously, a Sesko goal at the end gets us through with a draw. But even when Ole was in charge, and obviously Michael Carrick was a part of his coaching staff, so a big influence on Ole's football as well. These were also the kinds of games that we often did struggle with even then. So it's a bit of a pattern that, you'd hope that Michael Carrick can come to break, but it's the low block, it's the physicality side of things, it's not getting space in behind. Those are the things that worries me going into this.
Would you expect it to be kind of a similar style of game to West Ham then?
I don't expect Everton to sit in as much as West Ham, because I think even with Everton, even when they do sit in, they will still react on their pressing triggers and they'll still go. So even when they're in their kind of mid to low block, if you can tempt them with passes in and around the back with Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, etc., if you can tempt them in and then play a quick switch the pass to either a Delo or Luke Shaw, their space is there. They're not as compact as a West Ham, but largely, yes. And you can't let Everton get the first goal like we let West Ham do, because then we know what the game's going to be all about. And also, this is a game for Sesko to come back in. It just has to be, I reckon.
Dan, is there anybody in particular you think that United? I don't want United to go into this game and just purely focus on Everton and think, oh, how can we stop them? What are their danger men? But who would you? Is it Ndai again? Is there somebody you think?
Yeah, probably. I could make a joke and say it's B&B, Beto and Barry, but I don't think it is.
You wrote it down. You're like, I've got to get this in. I've got to say it.
I've not got it on my notes.
All right.
Promise. Yeah, probably Ndai. Grealish is injured, as we know, and he was a massive threat at Old Trafford when he played against us.
He played well. He once Everton got a man tucked in, him and Grealish just tucked in into the central areas and just didn't let us get through.
Do you think then for this game, like we're talking about maybe Everton sort of, maybe not as low as West Ham were, but Cunha was somebody in particular I thought really struggled with the game being so compact and so busy towards the edge of their box. There was no space for Cunha to do what Cunha does. So would you say it's a case of if Šeško comes in, that he comes in for Cunha and Mbeumo, what that means, what, front three of Mbeumo, Ahmad and Šeško? What would you say, Nick?
Thing is, I'm set on Sesko having to come in, but I don't know who it is who has to go out, because I don't think Mbeumo or Cunha had a good game against West Ham. I know Mbeumo gets the assist for Sesko, but other than that, he didn't really create anything. You'd probably argue that when there isn't space in behind, Cunha's your better option instead of Mbeumo. But then, can you really drop Mbeumo when he's been putting up the numbers that he has been putting up? I'm not so sure. So it's hard in terms of who to drop. It probably will end up being Cunha, because I think that's the easiest one to drop. I don't think you can drop Ahmad in general. I think Ahmad's got to stay in regardless. So it probably will be Cunha, but it's tough between those two, I'll have to say.
What would your prediction be, Dan, on that one?
Probably Šeško up top. See, I do fancy Cunha, but it's shocked me a little bit how, like you mentioned it there, Sam, about how compact it was and he sort of struggled. I've always thought Cunha in those positions would do well. So that sort of shocked me in a way, but Maybe bring him on at half time, see how the game's going. Their back line's not very good, so I'm expecting us to blitz them, but then you could say that we sort of expected that against them at Old Trafford, but that didn't happen.
I definitely wouldn't expect a blitz. I think it's going to be like 8:15 on a Monday, like stinky.
Freezing near the
first time
water.
we're playing at Hill Dickinson, by the way. Can we just say, is that the worst fucking name of a football stadium that has ever existed?
100%. I can't think of a worse one.
It's not
Mate,
great.
it's so bad.
What's the context? Do you guys, what is?
I'm guessing
what's
it's
It's just the
Rich
sponsor,
Ryan?
yeah. Because it used,
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
Is that it?
It's just this company.
Oh, I thought it was like a. I
'Cause
thought
it-
it was
Nah.
like a
it's
former
a British
player.
international commercial law firm. Mate, what?
Oh, that's.
Well, there's a worse name for a stadium you could ever have.
Because the
Pampers Arena. That'd be bad.
the name originally was Bramley Moor Dock, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's where it is, right?
Yeah. So the Bramley
That's
Moor Dock Stadium was what everyone thought the name was going to be, and then obviously the rights came in, and Hill Dickinson got it for the stadium.
So bad.
But I think it was equally as bad because Bramley Moor was like to do with the slave trade and all that. I'm not going to go down that route or anything like that, but yeah,
Oh,
Wow.
so two shit names.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Another thing I've just. Sorry, just back to Sesko quickly. I've just thought about this right on the spot. Like, is there actually an argument that Sesko shouldn't start? Only because if I'm looking at West Ham, I'd say their midfield is better than their centre backs. So like Souček and Fernandes were the better two in central areas. Whereas with Everton, it's going to be Tarkowski and Bramthwaite. Is there an argument to be made that actually Sesko just gets swallowed up by them a little bit?
Well, do you remember what Tarkowski was doing in the game at Old Trafford? He was I think Šeško started that game. Did he start that game? Because he was going like he was going like elbows in. He was getting really, really aggressive, and he left one in on someone. I don't know whether it was Bruno, but I remember Tarkowski in particular trying to be a bit of a dick and be overly physical at the start. I can't remember whether it was Šeško that started that game or not, on who he was doing it against.
It was. Oh no, it was Xerxes. That was.
Was it Xerxes?
Yeah, that was when Sesko was injured, and Cunha, I think, was injured as well.
Yeah, because I remember that now because Tarkowski was getting all up in his grill and he couldn't really do anything about it. So you might be right there. Different approaches. You know what I would say here before I ask for your predictions for the game? The fact that you've said that of all the attackers there, the one part you can't drop Hamad. You can't take him out of the team. Like he's got that something special about him. He's got that something in his locker that no one else has. Like I don't know whether it's a naive confidence or whether it's just just sheer talent. Probably a little bit of both, to be honest. But he's somebody who can make something happen from nothing. So they're the sorts of players, and especially in games like this, you're gonna. Do you reckon? Well, if you look at West Ham, we were thinking, why didn't we lock balls into the box earlier? So maybe we're going to do a bit more crossing if Everton are going to play a deeper block. But balls into the 18-yard box, they're probably going to be happy with because they've got Branthwaite and they've got Tarkowski. So you're not really going to get past those two. Maybe not. It's going to be interesting to see how United approaches because I think there are different ways. I'm just hoping for it to not be a repeat of what happened at Old Trafford or what happened at London Stadium. But predictions time. Who should I come to first? Dan, boom, come to you first.
So I'm actually going to the game. If
right.
anyone sees
Humble
me,
brag.
say hi.
Humble brag. You're not sitting on the home end.
No.
Good, that's right.
So I'm going to go for. I'll go with 3-1 United win. I'm not expecting big goals. I think I went 3-1 last time as well. Yeah, just got this obsession with 3-1.
I have a sickly feeling in my stomach about this game, you know. Like what Sam said, the whole waiting 2 weeks, Monday night away, it's Everton. But I'll back the boys and I'll go 2-1. It's nice and safe.
That was my one. I'm not just doing that because you said it. That's my one. I was expecting it to be gritty and not particularly good to watch against West Ham, and that's exactly what it was. I'm expecting the same sort of game against Everton. They won't want it to be a flowing game of football. They're probably not going to win if it plays like that. So their fans are going to be G'd up. If we let them score in the first 20, it's going to be bad night. It's going to be real bad for us. And everybody will treat it like a cup final in that stadium because it's United's first trip. Yeah, man, we've got to start off with a bang. Look, it is what it is. I'm going to go for a 2-1. I've got no idea whether Šeško will start in this game. you've kind of got me thinking about it now. But I suppose we'll find out on Monday. Look, it's good to be back after a little tiddly break. I hope that we're back next after we beat Everton and we make it 5 wins and 1 draw in Carrick's first 6 games. Can I say to everybody, thank you all for sending your questions in on Instagram. So what we're probably going to do when we do little Q&As like this, we'll do it on the Instagram story, and then I'll probably let you know. I'll drop a message into the Discord. I'll put it on Twitter as well, just so you know where to send the questions in, because it feels like a better way for you to send questions in than maybe via email, which is a little bit more difficult. All right, but thank you all for listening. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify, wherever you're listening. And we'll see you after the Everton game.